everyone, it's Lainey. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another death battle. This is going to be Shigaraki versus Mahito. This one comes to us as a suggestion from Anime Only 94, the One Piece is real. Thank you for the suggestion. I do not know either of these characters, so we're going to listen to what death battle has to say, make our guess, and see if we can restore our win streak. I did lose it on the last one, so make sure to go show death battle some love, and let's get right into it. Fight!
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
Shigaraki. I feel like I said the name wrong.
The human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Let's do it.
Death battle.
Weapons, armor, and skills.
Tenko Shimura was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But
Oh,
sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating father,
Oh,
Tenko
gosh.
pushed beyond his emotional limits until he activated his inherent superpower, or quirk.
what
It
was
wasn't
it?
something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed his whole family. Well, except for dear old dad. That one was intentional.
Tenko wandered
okay,
the
so
streets
he
alone,
did kill the
silently
dad,
begging
but he
for
wanted
someone,
to.
anyone to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
Oh,
All for
no.
one. The greatest super villain in history.
He took Tenko under
All
his
for
wing,
One is the
feeding a
name?
hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his league of villains in destroying hero society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki. And an
Shigaraki.
absolutely nightmarish quirk, decay.
Decay.
It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all
Just
five
decays?
fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for
that's
someone
a
who just wants
crazy
to
power.
destroy. Pretty menacing, if not for that dorky-ass costume. I get
Is
it,
his
hands
face
are
a
his thing,
hand?
but come on, they just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands
Ew.
from his family that he killed.
Not the little
attached to his
corgi
face,
dog.
And explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of decay started off
That is
relatively weak,
creepy looking.
it
I don't like
rapidly
it.
increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's
Decay
touching.
is just one of
Anything
those words
touches
that it's
something
just
he's
like-
decaying
it's so
also
gross.
decays.
Spreading like an
Literally
all-consuming
sounds like what it
miasma that
means.
can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay
What
reaches
the
you,
heck?
your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
Oh,
After
shoot. So
years of
you'd like
training with
want
the
to
greatest
chop off a
supervillain of
limb
all
or
time,
something if it.
Shigaraki was finally put in
it
charge of his
touches you.
own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero,
All Might. Okay, I
Only
thought that was the
two falls
name.
flat on
I
his
don't
face.
know that guy
Shigaraki
very
was a
well, but
terrible leader,
I've heard the name.
quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well,
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe.
Why?
He
Why
uses
is he
gamer
cringe?
lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way.
Hmm.
He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life, in front of normies.
but they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all. Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two
This is
rivals,
My Hero
the inheritors
Academia?
of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All for One double KO'd each other,
Ooh,
leaving
ooh.
Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with
All
the stakes
Might and
higher
All
than ever
for One.
before,
What
Shigaraki
crazy names,
stepped
man.
up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands
Okay.
of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All for One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko, who spent months upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation
Dang.
vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's
Oh,
absurd
shoot.
powers.
Sharing
Okay.
All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky. We've calculated that before to be nearly 80 million megatons of
Ooh-wee,
TNT,
okay.
almost as much as the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Oh,
And
whoa.
Shigaraki can now
That's a
move
crazy
fast enough that his
comparison.
body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch. Now the new name for my penis. Move over,
What?
gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So decay became? Oh shit, more hands!
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence,
Ew.
seemingly oceans of it in an instant.
That's-
whenever
that's
he wants.
gross. I don't
he can
like
even
that.
use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
Ooh.
But that's nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All for One. So what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
Oh,
And All for
shoot.
One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit.
Damn,
A
okay.
vestige.
Kinda like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kinda psychic world
Like a
in
piece of their
Shigaraki's
soul,
body
and then you
that
get
even
their
act
quirk?
as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks like super fast healing, air blast,
Super
radio
fast
waves,
healing,
flight,
okay.
telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even
Ooh.
combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when
Oh.
the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All for One's vestige, that means All for One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for
Molding
him
and
to take
grooming.
over.
Oh
Shigaraki's
my gosh.
entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tenko's grandmother.
Oh, that's a mess with All
What?
Might. That is some next level hating right there.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose: to create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All for One to take full control.
But All for One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top,
Oh.
literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All for One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
Oh
For just
man.
that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him.
Oh shoot.
Ever since Cain slew his brother Abel and wetted his fields with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if this fear took on a life of
Ooh,
its
what is
own?
that?
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed,
Oh no.
forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well,
Goodness.
then you'd have the special grade curse with a patch face, Mahito.
Mahito.
Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of
Mojitos.
the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed spirit. Innumerable spirits exist, weaker or stronger depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Well,
Like
there's a
the
lot of
fear
that in the world
locusts,
today.
Kinda weak. Or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger. Or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
So it follows that mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito,
Okay.
a being composed of cursed energy.
It's basically
Cursed
like
energy.
evil ki. Cursed energy can be used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like
Oh.
Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
It
Oh,
also makes
shoot.
cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be
Immune to
physically
physical
present in
damage?
space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses
Invisibility,
insanely hard to get
superhuman
rid of, like
physicality.
ghosts, cockroaches, or my ex. That's why you need a Jujutsu sorcerer to come in and Kaizen the shit out of him. They call it exorcism, but I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito was special. You see, most curses are basically dumb animals, but Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world.
Oh,
In fact,
damn.
they made
Okay.
Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by
Possessed
the tragic
what?
meaninglessness of interhuman conflict,
Philosophy.
Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around
just
and toy with your
truly
emotions like a
enjoys
cartoon
it.
character
Okay.
before slitting your throat.
Appropriate
Goodness.
analogy, considering his curse technique, idol transfiguration.
Idol
Using his cursed energy,
transfiguration.
Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating
Just
his
one
own soul
touch?
that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the former affects the latter.
This
Ooh.
lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants. Like Play-Doh, he can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a fish,
Okay,
reform
soul
his body around
manipulation,
injuries, or
shape-shifting,
even create clones.
cloning.
Curses are naturally unharmed by their
Ooh.
own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And
Oh,
since he's
no.
attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
What's that guy's
Oh,
name?
that with
I've
one
seen him
touch.
before. I
Ah,
can't
I
think
thought
of who he
herpes
is
was
now,
bad.
but he has all the
Powers means
tattoos.
Mahito treats humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity.
Soul
Essentially
multiplicity.
a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Ugh.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers
He's
on
just
the
a
back
few
foot.
months
It
old.
helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Black Flash.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the domain expansion.
Domain
Oh, shit.
expansion.
More hands! A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
It's called the
Ooh.
self-embodiment of perfection, the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body and soul.
Shoot.
The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's
This guy.
archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because
Itadori,
not only was
Yuji
Yuji
Itadori.
a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he also had a curse inside of him,
The king of curses, Sukuna.
which meant Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. No surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the
I like
value of
the
human life
pink-haired
flew
menace.
directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly
look at
more
that
powerful
thing.
form. the instant body of distorted killing.
Instant body of
Complete with
distorted
armored
killing.
exoskeleton
My
and
goodness.
arm blades. This was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into. A true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last.
Why?
In a bitter battle of resolve,
What happened?
Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what do you know? Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that gleeful nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him,
shoot.
maybe. But Mahito found a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people,
Oh, no.
Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
Damn.
All right,
Okay.
the combatants are set.
These
and we
are
run
some
the data through
crazy,
all
interesting
possibilities.
characters.
It's time for a death battle!
I'm gonna go with Mahito. And I probably said it wrong, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. I think Mahito. Oh my god! What the heck? The head just exploded! I was not expecting that. Oh no, I don't think there's any outrunning that. Ooh. And he's
I'd
giggling.
heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts.
He's giggling as he does
My
it.
organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring him your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition.
Oh, okay. Did you say Sickum? What is he doing? He's just on his phone? Ooh, these things are ugly. Oh, well, one touch. Look at all the hands, all the flesh. Ugh.
Did you actually just say that?
Say what? Ugh.
How lame!
You see his lips? His duck lips? Okay, look at the cloning is happening right now. How many of them of him are there?
Audition
Oh,
over.
one touch and he turned to
Did
dust.
I get the part?
Decayed.
Decay!
Ooh.
What a rush!
This animation looks cool. Ooh. That like the flesh armor. All the hands. They're so ooh, I don't know why. I don't like the way it looks. It's so creepy.
That all you got?
I don't think so.
Domain expansion.
Oh shoot. Yeah, definitely not. Domain expansion. Oh my gosh.
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose
Uh-oh.
daddy is mean
Oh.
and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Uh-oh.
Hands off my masterpiece.
What's his name? All for One? He said, hands off of my masterpiece. He said, this is decades in the making.
You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason.
Oh, it got him. So he had to cut his freaking, yeah, he had to detach the part that the decay
Grow up.
had touched. Oh, shoot. Oh, damn. Damn.
What did I say,
We were
Like
wrong.
a bitch.
With their complex power sets,
We
this
were very
match was
wrong.
a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories.
Let's do it.
Physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
All right.
But first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normally. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios.
Oh, okay.
And with the search quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster too,
Alright.
considering he could react
Faster,
to light beams, while
stronger.
Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But
Okay.
survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki
Yes.
could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual
Oh,
damage.
he took
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should
survivability.
actually
My God, I
get
cannot
the
talk.
edge in survivability.
Which
Survivability.
presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would
Definitely-
Mahito's unkillability
definitely
give him the
did.
time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idle transfiguration?
It all comes down to their power.
Okay.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All For One had collected over all the years.
True.
But none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idle transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idle transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds
okay.
of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially
Decay.
considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past. Again, vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be
Ooh.
made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone
Look at
else.
this.
Giving
He chopped his
Shigaraki
head
the
off, and then
third
it just
and
had. It
final
was running
edge.
on a little
It wasn't
feet and
unique
hands.
to the death, but Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster.
Shigaraki,
Nothing
man.
else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura Shigaraki.
Okay, the winner, Shigaraki won. He beat Mahito. I was wrong. We did not restore our win streak, but that's okay. We can always try again on the next one. Make sure to go show Death Battle some love. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below which Death Battle you'd like to see next.